Okay, Guru said, I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about whose career's been more impressive, Brady or Braun. And then he went on to say, we talked about the hype. So we're talking about athletes who came into their leagues or sports with a ton of hype, and they actually lived up to it. I think Shaq's an interesting one because as great as he was, there's a lot of people that think he could have been better.
But
he left.
Would that be would you classify that as nitpicking when you still reach greatness? Shaq was great, but when you say, you know what, he could have been greater, does that lessen his impact? The fact that he three-peated and he was the man, and I love you, Kobe, rest in peace, but that was Shaq. That's all, Steiny. And I'm not disagreeing with you. 707 had a good one. Our guy from Stanford, John Elway, he lived up to the hype. He was a badass.
And he was pretty hyped. Who are we talking about?
Shaq. I just feel like you're nitpicking, but there's some truth to it.
Well, okay, so he comes into the league. He's 7'2", whatever he is.
Yeah.
7'1", 7 feet, 300 pounds. He's just bigger and stronger than everybody else. Everybody else. Could he have been more dominant? Why didn't he have as many rings as Kareem?
I mean, but that's asking a lot.
I know.
Oh, well, let me throw this at you then. One of my favorite college players and my college team. Here we go. Patrick Ewing.
What about him?
Did he reach his full potential?
Oh, I think so. Like, if you're saying reached full potential, I would say Patrick Ewing.
So he worked his ass off. He didn't leave nothing on the bone.
I think so.
This was in the wrong era.
It's just an opinion.
No, Pat Ewing was about. I'm just asking.
Patrick Ewing was a really hard.
So it's not. I took off my ring. It's not just about rings or championships.
Be careful the way you talk about rings.
Be careful. I missed that one over my head.
You told everybody a great story about a ring earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl in Oakland. What's up, Daryl? How you doing, man?
It's just funny.
Hey, I am great, man. I think one guy we're leaving off the list is the captain. He was the #1 baseball player that year with Jason Kidd, and he played in the most polarized, difficult city of sports in New York, and he'd never gotten in any trouble, and he lived life.
Derek Jeter.
Oh.
Yep.
There's a 10-series doc on him.
Real quick, remind me of, because it's tough to hype a baseball player.
No doubt.
But Jeter had it. I can't even remember back. Like, he was, like, everybody knew when he was coming up to watch this kid.
Yeah, I was I didn't even know that either until I was watching the captain on ESPN. He was the #1 player in the country in baseball the same year with Jason Kidd. They were parade Americans, whatever that was. And remember, they were thinking about getting rid of him because his first couple of years there, he didn't, he was making a lot of errors, and there was a lot of stuff about the hype with him. But at the end, I mean, he lived up to the hype. I mean, came to captain. There weren't too many captains playing. The Yankees don't have a lot of captains, and he was like the last one.
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys that lived up to the hype.
Appreciate the call, Daryl.
Man.
Bird and Magic from the 510.
Come on, they knocked that out.
Those are two of the greatest of all time.
Now, this is a different
think
sport.
about that for a minute.
Bird and Magic?
Yeah.
Oh, they saved the NBA.
But they play in the college championship game, and then they play in the finals against each other 3 times. Pretty amazing.
And the fact they were both black and white, Steiny, I believe like they captivated everybody. And then one went to the West Coast, one went back east, and there goes I can tell you tell me if there's racial components, we could ask Ray Ratto. I know they were. We would watch the NBA Finals on tape delay on CBS, and my question to the great Matt Steinmetz is,
now it's to me.
Why?
Now it's to me.
But
you start. You know what? I'm not answering that. Go ask Ratto.
But then when I go ask him, you'll be right behind me. Like, what are they talking about?
Go.
I'll lay off him. But you're my one and only. But listen, why, Steiny? The optics, fights. At that time, business wasn't good.
Come on, Leroy, you're not.
What's Lee got? That's our guy.
Leroy in Oakland. What do you got, buddy?
Hey, Steiny. Don't start with me today because I'm going to educate you today on boxing.
Go ahead. You better be careful. Your boy likes boxing.
I think the answer to you guys' question is, all of them are great. Everybody's been calling in. It's fantastic. But look at some love to boxing. I've been really getting into it lately. Thomas, the Hitman Hearns. He came in as an amateur, and people were like, oh, this man is going to be fantastic. I think he went something like 155 wins out of 163 amateur fights. So he came in, and they were like, man, this cat is going to be wild. He comes in 77, knocking fools out. I think he went like 3 years where he was undefeated, something like 21-0. I think he ended up his career record. I think he was something like 61-5 with 48
My favorite
knockouts.
boxer of all
This
time,
man
Leroy.
came as advertised.
Did he
came as advertised.
Did he ever fight in the Olympics?
I want to say, I'm going to go say yes. I know Sugar Ray did. I don't know if Thomas Hitman. I'm saying yes.
Thanks,
Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah, he would have been.
I don't remember Thomas Hearns as an
Dude, but
Olympian.
he was a tall
What
dude.
about Leon Spinks? Leon Spinks became...
I just remember Tyson hitting him in the side.
That U.S. boxing team with Leon Spinks and Michael Spinks and Leo Randolph and...
Oh, that's good. Oh, God. That was... Hey, he let you know what he
Sugar
was
Ray Leonard was probably the greatest assemblage of boxing. That's bad.
Yeah, Kyle.
That's bad, Kyle.
Man. He
That's
let
really
you know.
bad. That's really bad.
That's what era is he? Not the
That's really
the millennials. Dude, he played that. And that was, we were provocative too. You were going, keep naming them.
I'm shaking up now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bryce Harper, because see, I didn't know about
Mike Trout.
Jeter.
Trout was pretty much of a phenom, wasn't he?
No, he was a phenom, but I guess where I'm going is I didn't hear whispers of, well, what, this Mike Trout's coming.
Yeah, great one here, 510. Lou Alcindor / Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, Hearns failed to qualify for the Olympics, according to the 510.
Roy
You know
Jones
why?
Jr.?
You know why? Hearns didn't qualify that year. I just remembered this. He was gutless.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you had a story.
No, I got no story
Yeah.
about Thomas Hearns. So, but Guru was talking about We were talking about players that have lived up to the hype, who came into the league and just took it over by storm.
So last thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go back to this. So Shaquille O'Neal to you, because you feel like he didn't work hard enough, or he could have
He left
been
some
better,
of his game on the table.
But still,
Yes.
the things that he has, the All-Stars, the three-peat, you can't take the chip in Miami. You can't take that from him.
I won't take it from him. But to me, he's not a top 10 player.
Damn, Steiny.
Player? No. Maybe I'll put him in the most dominant, but player,
Okay, all right, well,
skill-wise, no.
he did it with just power, man.
Bill Walton, boy, I would say you could make a case that he didn't live up to the hype because of all his injuries.
Well, he would be with Grant Hill, right?
He was one of the
Penny
greatest
Hardaway.
college players of all time, Bill Walton.
What could have been?
Tim Duncan, see, I don't think he was
I never thought Tim was going to be that.
well, he was pretty good in college, too.
Yeah, but still, I thought he was
pretty good in
soft.
college.
He came in balling.
Coming up at 2 o'clock today, Cam Inman. We're going to talk some 49ers. We've already talked to a bunch of 49ers today. Are we less than 24 hours from being at the end of the Jimmy Garoppolo saga? That's the question. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock our time, it's a cut-down day to the 53-man roster. 49er fans, what's going to happen? Come on. A lot of fans out there love to say, you guys are wrong. You guys got it wrong. All right, make a prediction.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Is he gone tomorrow or not? I'm going to say yes. Steven Strasburg.
Gone.
Please.
But
He's among
he
the
struck
biggest
out
butts of
100
all
Pirates in his first day,
time.
his first outing.
You know what?
He got
to
hurt.
Me, to me, he's like Rich Harden. Wasn't that the pitcher for the A's who never could stay healthy?
That's a great pull.
Yeah. So.
Griffey Jr.
Oh, here's a really good one. Yao Ming. Yao Ming lived up to the hype. Absolutely. 7'5" guy coming out of China, nobody'd ever heard of, nobody knew. Can he play against the NBA guys? Oh, I'd say he did fine.
Cut short.
Yeah, foot issues. Who else had a foot? Oh, Chet Holmgren. Yikes. Bryce Harper. I think Harper's going to fit there, too.
I just said that.
Well, that's because you were reading the text line.
It doesn't matter what I was reading. It was what you didn't hear.
I didn't hear it.
You never listened to me.
I didn't hear it. Because you know why? We're getting near a break, and
Right,
now I got to
You're hosting.
take, what time is it here? 1:27.